I'm Joe Giglio for NJ Sports Now on this Friday, March the 27th. The New York Yankees manager Joe Girardi made it official on Friday, naming Masahiro Tanaka the Yankees' opening day starter against the Blue Jays on April the 6th. Something you knew that was going to happen here. Tanaka, the best pitcher on the team at this point, came over last year from Japan before going down with an elbow injury in July. You could have made the case Tanaka was one of the 3 to 5 best pitchers in the entire sport. He was that good for the Yankees last year. Now, heading into this season, there is uncertainty around Tanaka because he's coming off an elbow tear, and he elected not to have Tommy John surgery, elected to rehab it. 3 doctors said that's the way to go. But Tanaka, the feeling is around him and really this entire Yankee roster, a ticking time bomb. There is talent with the Yankees, but there's so much age and injury concern. And I think the selection of Tanaka is a perfect microcosm for what the 2015 Yankees are, if they are right. And really, there's been a lot of written and talked about with the Yankees heading into this season, doom and gloom. Now, back-to-back years, missing the postseason. First time we've seen that since the early 90s. The Yankees were a team this past couple of years. They've been mediocre, more than great, or more than very good. And you go to 2015, another year older for these veterans, more injury concerns led by Tanaka. And there's this sense of a dark cloud over the New York Yankees, a sense of their time is over here competing for the postseason. Their time is over as one of the upper echelon teams in baseball. And while the logic there is sound, the Yankees, led by Tanaka, have enough talent if, and it's a major if, and there's probably too many ifs in the team to go out and feel comfortable predicting this. But there's enough talent down in Tampa right now, and they'll be coming north to the Bronx in just a little over a week and a half. There is enough talent on the Yankees roster, led by Tanaka, to win the American League East if they stay healthy. Yes, part of that is because the American League East is very mediocre. The Baltimore Orioles, who ran away with the division last year, do not look to be as strong, losing a guy like Nelson Cruz to free agency to the Mariners, and they just don't have the look of a team that's going to win 93, 95-plus games this year. They may still be the best team in the division, but they don't look great or unbeatable. The Boston Red Sox, a ton of moves made this offseason, really improved their offense. They may have the best everyday team in the division, but their pitching staff, led by a bunch of number 3 starters, guys that have not proven they could be the ace you rely on for 200 excellent innings over the course of a season. Now, if they make a trade for Cole Hamels, if they go out there and find an ace, they will be the best team by the end of the year. The Tampa Bay Rays clearly are in a step-back mode, a rebuilding mode, losing Joe Madden, losing David Price. They still have good pitching, but they are nowhere near the team they were a few years ago. The Toronto Blue Jays, they might have the most talent between guys in their prime, young guys on the way up of any team in the division, and they were my pick before Marcus Stroman, one of their best young arms, went down with a knee injury. It leaves the American League East wide open, and you look at the Yankees and the moves they made this offseason, and if it works out, they'll be pretty good. I mean, you think about it, the Yankees won 84 baseball games last year, and you can make a case they were very mediocre. They weren't that good, but Joe Girardi, their manager, seems to get the most out of them. I think their up-the-middle defense this year will be superb with Steven Drew and Didi Gregorius. If A-Rod gives you anything as a DH, that will be a plus for an offense that last year slumped to their worst offensive output in 20 years. If Beltran is healthy, you know he's a professional hitter. If Mark Teixeira's wrist is as strong as he says it is now, you know he'll give you something at first base. And Brian McCann, the way he hit late in the year, if he carries that over, the Yankees will have one of the best offensive catchers in the sport. You add in a power rotation, you add in what might be the best bullpen in baseball, and on top of all of it, you have Masahiro Tanaka as the opening day starter. The Yankees have talent, and I think if you were looking at it and you took injuries out of the equation, which you obviously cannot, but if you did and you just looked at every roster 1 through 25, the names on there, the back of their baseball cards, you can make the case the Yankees are the best team in the American League East. Now, to be fair, to be honest, all the things won't go right, and it's why the Yankees are a better bet to miss the postseason once again than to make it. But when Tanaka takes the mound on opening day, which was announced on Friday that he will, look at him as the lead guy. Look at him as the microcosm for what this season is going to become. If Tanaka can stay healthy, if he could lead the charge of question marks that come up in the right column for the Yankees, in the good column for the Yankees, you may see a surprise team in the Bronx, something we're not accustomed to. I'm Joe Giglio for NJ Sports.